Population, 5,000 souls. Australian seal, several thousands. Koalas, over 8,000. Tamar wallaby, 50,000. Ki kangaroo, 65,000. Landscapes, priceless. Kangaroo Island is the third Australian island in size after Tasmania, with an area of barely 4,500 square kilometres, about the size of Cyprus. Ki is about 150 kilometres wide and 70 kilometre average from north to south. It has over 500 kilometres of coastline, belongs to South Australia, and it is located 13 kilometres from mainland. As Tasmania, it became an island after the last ice age. Matthew Flinders discovered Ki in 1802, got there just before French commander Nicolas Baudin. The crew killed some 31 kangaroos. The island was named Kangaroo Island in honor of their first fresh meat in 6 months. There were no humans. Aboriginal disappeared from the island as recently as 2,000 years back. No koalas, platypuses, scrub turkeys or Cape Barren geese on the island then. Some of these were brought in later to protect them from extinction on the mainland. Today, farming, fishing, agriculture and tourism are thriving industries. Kangaroo Island has some of the most stunning and unspoilt coasts in Australia, as well as unique national and conservation parks. Kangaroo Island, Ki for the locals, is also big and surprisingly diverse. Doing the circuit around the coast is the best way to go. There is a mosaic of ecosystems and amazing landscapes. Flower Cask Bay, a private nature reserve on Kangaroo Island's south coast. Beautiful beaches, salt lakes and lagoons provide the perfect backdrop to watch for abundant wildlife and enjoy fantastic fishing. Going west, on our way to the seals, we pass by Murray Lagoon to reach the Little Sahara, a heritage area naturally occurring sand dune system, roughly covering 2 square kilometres. Dunes vary in size with plenty of small dunes, being the highest one at approximately 70 metres above sea level. Nearby an iconic destination, Seal Bay. The stunning views of the Australian sea lion colony and the neighbouring coastline are what makes Seal Bay an essential experience for visitors to the island. It is possible to walk among the third largest colony of Australia sea lions, fishing, feeding the pups and just relaxing. A vivid reminder of the freedom in Galapagos Islands. The Australian sea lion is one of 5 sea lion species in the world. Their population was seriously decreased by sealing from the 18th to the early 20th century, being extinct in many areas. The total Australia population is spread from Ki to Western Australia, making it one of the rarest sea lion species in the world. They can reach 2.5 meters and weigh up to 300 kilograms. There might be around 1,000 individuals only on this beach area. On the west tip of Avon Bay, there is an outstanding feature named Point Ellen, the paradise rock lobster fishing. It is a sedimentary limestone containing marine fossils dated 2 million years back, with a cave formed in it. Although the cave's origin is uncertain, it might be a sea cave made by erosion. Point Ellen provides photographers with spectacular coastal scenery views, with the Southern Ocean sending its waves crashing onto the cliff face. Waves, storms, winds and tides have created a unique pattern of shapes, textures and colors. When you are there, it is very hard to stop getting pictures or video. There are angles and views beyond imagination. Many stories float around about how Kelly Cave were discovered in 1880, some very weird, but the real truth is that this area features an extensive undulating limestone ridges that are covered in coastal heath along the coastline. Interesting sinkholes and caverns lead to caves of ornate calcite formations. It is actually a petrified sand dune which blew onto the island when the surrounding sea level dropped during an ice age about 2 million years ago. For the past 500,000 years, water has been washing through to form these amazing caverns. It's an amazing world of passages, big chambers and strange rock formations that have been fascinating tourists and cavers ever since it was opened to the public in 1926. The Rocky Rivers area, in Flinders Chase National Park, is a great spot to watch wildlife. A numerous colony of Cape Barren goose found their home here and breed without any disturbance from humans. Almost wiped out of the continent in the 50s, now they are only found in offshore islands on the Bass Strait, being one of the rarest geese species in the world. The Cape Barren goose is a handsome bird about the same size as a domestic goose. Its plumage is pale grey, with pink legs and black feet. These geese are grazing birds and eat several types of grass. The Ki kangaroo is a subspecies of the western grey kangaroo of mainland. Because there are no natural predators, the Ki kangaroos are the slowest moving of all the kangaroo species. It grows up to 2 meters in height and is considered common, but only in restricted and protected locations like this one. As all kangaroos, it eats grass, sedges, leaves and vegetable matter. The Tamar wallaby, with smaller and finer features than the kangaroo, is very abundant on Kangaroo Island. Mainland populations are extinct. It is about size of a rabbit and is among the smallest of the wallabies. The Tamar has several notable adaptations, including the ability to retain energy while hopping, color vision, and the ability to drink seawater. A nocturnal species, it spends nighttime in grassland habitat and daytime in shrub. It is also very gregarious and has a seasonal, promiscuous mating pattern. A female can nurse a joey in her pouch while keeping an embryo in her uterus. A notorious natural feature is the complex of granite rocks known as Remarkable Rocks. They are one of South Australia's most famous geological features. The rocks consist of granite about 500 million years old. It has undergone a series of transformations, ending up with the erosion by the sea, rain, wind, heating and cooling during the last 200 million years, adopting the present shape. The placement on a promontory seems at first look the creation of an abstractionist sculpturist, a very skilled one, but after a while, you realize that no one's mind is possible to conceive such an intricate map of wonders, and that it is simply nature in action. Cape du Couedic is the southwestern point of Kangaroo Island. It was named in 1803 by French explorer Nicolas Baudin, who together with the British Matthew Flinders explored most of South Australia. Admiral's Arch is not your usual water-carved natural bridge. It is, in fact, an ancient cave that has simply been broken into by the waves. Stalactites still cling to the remnant of the cave's roof. These tall cliffs cut by crashing southern swells are the home for the New Zealand fur seal. Soon after Baudin named the promontory, hundreds of sealers lived unofficially round the coast in the early 1900s and sent tens of thousands of seal skins to America and Europe. The colony here is still rebuilding back from the brink. The seals, who base themselves on the rock shelves that slip into the ocean, are more active than the Australian sea lions at Seal Bay. The Cape du Couedic lighthouse is a prominent landmark. Constructed at the beginning of the 20th century, it consists of a tower built from 2,000 pieces of local stone. Now, as most lighthouses, is automated and running on electrical power. The next destination is some solitary beaches on the north of the island. Walking through a passage among the limestone is Stokes Bay. Further west is Snelling Beach. The rocky beauty of King George Beach. On our way back we stop at Stokes Bay. We find Bush Garden, a magical place where the owners have collected and grown hundreds of Australian flowering plants during 30 years, especially grevilleas and banksias. It is a forest of flowers, enjoy it. In this environment, the New Holland honeyeater is in paradise. Hanson Bay Sanctuary is famous for its koalas. With a little time, patience, and some luck, they can be found everywhere. We were looking for some birds, and there she was. We spot this female with her joy in the neighborhood, feeding on fresh shoots and leaves, not worried at all having people around with cameras. Here they are free and plenty of food, with nobody disturbing them. Koalas are one of the main attractions on the island, bringing tourists from all over the world. Many died in the recent years' bushfires, but they will grow up as a population if they find enough food. On the way to American River, we stop by the Red Banks, now a conservation park to protect vertebrate fossils of extinct species. Extensive mustard plantations splash the landscape with bright yellows, contrasting with the green of trees and bushes, the blue sky and the clouds. American River was named after American sealers that camped in the area 200 years ago. Pelican Lagoon, the inner bay, is a natural fish nursery and is protected as an aquatic reserve. The islands within the lagoon are important bird breeding habitats. Many species of birds make the area an excellent bird watching destination. A flock of black swan, Australian pied oystercatcher picking up invertebrates on low tide. A couple of Australian white ibis. A silver gull standing on rocks, looking for prey. The Australian pelican taking a shower. Pacific gull, with its orange-red big beak, on the prowl. Superb fairy wren, perching, singing. Eastern spinebill, on the alert, a honeyeater. White-fronted chat, perched. The crescent honeyeater, hanging on small branches to sip on flowers. A grey currawong perched. The grey fantail, with its fancy movements in search of insects. Common blackbird, a dweller of the south of the continent. Common starling, a north-south migrant. Red-browed finch. Beautiful firetail. We leave American River to our final destination, the Cape Willoughby Lighthouse. Established in 1852, the Cape Willoughby Lighthouse is the oldest in South Australia. It is set on the eastern extremity of Kangaroo Island. The light provides assistance to shipping through the Backstairs Passage. It is constructed from granite and limestone quarried from a cleft in the cliff at the base of the tower. Although the lighthouse operated to prevent shipwrecks, a number of ships sank off the coastline, the remnants of which can still be found in the area. Gale force winds of 70 km/h are normal in this cape, and up on the tower can be frightening. A place full of history and worth to visit, either as the first or the last spot. Kangaroo Island, a tiny piece of paradise for the tourist and nature lover, beaches, forests, landmarks, friendly animals, no crowds, and full of history.